Mm. So, good evening, or let's say good afternoon to the other side of the world. It's me, the Lock Robster, the MNL48, bring you a new vlog. Yes, and this vlog is in anticipation to the upcoming third general election results. Yes, especially regarding the Senbatsu for the seventh signal. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a little bit of prediction on who could possibly be in the top 16. Yes. So yeah, just to let you know, I'm not psychic. I'm not a fortune teller. This is just all like guesswork from research or common sense or the way how the news and whatever information I got flows to see uh, which girls would be in this Senbatsu. Yeah. So this is not like a collection of my favorites. Okay. And I can tell you right now that some of the girls that I am predicting to be in the top 16, some of them aren't my favorites or my Oshis. Okay. This is just because that's the trend of some fans. Like I said, from the votes, from my gut feelings, I guess, or from things that have happened before. Okay. All right. And I could go into a lot of explanation. This might be a short video or it could be a long video. Yeah. Don't really know how it will go, but let's do it. Okay. So, as you see in the title, this is going to be my prediction for uh, the top 16 third generation. Okay. Or general election. Or whatever. Or whatever comes up in the title right now. Since, it's not really typed in yet. As I'm shooting this video. Okay, so I have the list right here. Okay. So, as I mentioned before, yeah, this is just all guesswork from research and whatever. I'm not gonna go through all that. Okay, but just to cover my bases, because I can be wrong. Okay, I'll admit I can be wrong with my guesses on this top 16 list. So to cover myself, I've chosen an extra 6 members. The first 3 members that I'm going to be mentioned after I predict my top 16 is what I call the wild cards. So I'm going to choose 3 girls to be wild cards. And these 3 girls are from each team from ML48, one from Team M2, Team N4, and Team L. Okay, so those are going to be the wildcards. Then there's another category that I'm going to put under Dark Horse. Yeah, Dark Horse is, let's say, that they have a very, very maybe low possibility in making this Senbatsu, but I like to put them there anyway because who knows? Because of the fan voting can be really unpredictable. I mean, we've seen it happen, especially during the second general election. Such as the one with Rowie and Kyla. That one. That was really unexpected. And yeah, so once again, for the Dark Horse, one from each team. Team M2, N4, and Team L. Okay, so once I do all this, maybe you can give me your predictions from top 16, since we have like just under 2 weeks before the results happen. So right now it's well, it's Sunday night on my time. So we have a couple more Saturdays until the results are announced. Okay, so just to be fun, I just wanted to get these my predictions out to you guys. Okay, so let's go with the Senbatsu for what would be the seventh single after the third general election. Okay, so I chose, let's see here, what I would call the three Peters. Okay, so judging from the trend from the first general election and the second, since these particular people were there uh, on both elections. Okay, so this might not be, this is not, how do I call this? Not a long shot, but it's, to me, it predicts that how popular these members are with fans. Okay, so without further ado, so the three Peters would be Shecky, Abby, Alice, Gab, and Jem. Okay, so we got the first five there. Also, I'm going to predict one more since they're just not five, they're actually six three-peaters in this lineup I have. Okay, the last three-peater would be Grace. Okay, yeah. So that's the first six at least. Okay. Oh, just to mention, this is no in no particular order. Okay, there's no ranking here. This is just my prediction who I believe the girls would be part of the Senbatsu, but there's no ranking involved here. Okay, I guess I should have said that earlier. Okay, so yeah, so now we have just to repeat for those who missed it: Sheki, Abby, Alice, Gab, Jem, and Grace. Okay, and I know regarding the vote results, the two preliminary voting results that appeared like months ago, and it showed like Grace like way down. But then again, like I said, uh, the votes, could be unpredictable, especially during the last weeks or few days before they stop counting the votes. Yeah, but again, it's really important here is the transparency by HHE. Okay, because we've all had a problem, especially second general election, when they released the ranking, they didn't release the total number of votes of each member that got in the top 48. Okay, so for HHE, please be transparent. We need checks and balances here. Don't tell me you're even better than the Philippine Senate or the Philippine Congress by not being transparent. What are you, big tech? Okay, all right. So moving on. Uh, so uh, the next, let's see here, two members I'm going to mention is what I call the repeaters, meaning they got in the second general election for the first time in the Senbatsu, and then they're going to repeat that this third general election. Okay, so the two that I see will be getting in as repeaters is R, Jamie, and Jan. Okay, yeah. So yeah, they'll definitely get in. I mean, they'll because of the recent, exodus of certain members, especially a lot of them, some of the popular members, has really paved the way for them to get in this Senbatsu. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we should, not sure I should say, let's thank those who left because they're giving a chance for other members to give in the showcase, at least the stage, uh, a chance to be part of the single or part of the Senbatsu. Okay. Okay. All right. And same goes with the next one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. The next eight girls in the list. Okay, so yeah, so pretty much uh, we've covered the first half, first eight, and then we're gonna go. I'm gonna mention the first timers. They'll be part of the Senbatsu, yeah. And as I mentioned before, since a lot of the popular members, or should I say maybe favorites, okay, left paving the way for these members to be part of the third general election Senbatsu. Okay, the third generation, whatever. Okay, so let's go over here. Okay, the one. Okay, starting with Andy. Okay, and this is I'm basing this because of the from the preliminary votes. Andy was within that top seven. Okay, so she's really gained a lot of exposure or popularity, especially with the Prank's Not Dead, which is almost the same way as Jan, which is why I think Jan was also would also be part of the Senbatsu because of the exposure from the very popular Prank's Not Dead movie. Okay, okay, next one. Okay, this girl, I think she's really gained a lot of fans. Frances, yeah. Okay, and uh, I think at least to me, at least in my opinion, she's gained a lot of fans because of her compassion. Yeah, she's a very compassionate, very sensitive person, and she really is very compassionate regarding animals or the dogs, especially during that last typhoon over there in the Philippines that she was really concerned for these animals, because I mean these pets that some have drowned during the storm, the flood, like that. And yeah, it really got her. And for those animal lovers like me as well, it really I really saw how much she really cares for these God's little creatures, to be precise. Okay, yeah, it's because I know, oh, they're just animals. I've heard a lot of people say that a lot. Oh, they're just animals. They don't have a soul, But no, I mean, God created these creatures, these dogs, these little creatures of His, so they could give love to those who would take care of them. And of course, we should reward that love with love to them as well. Okay, yeah. So Francis, I'm kind of like compassionate of dogs as well. Yeah, I love dogs. Okay, even cats. All right. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so to cover the rest of the my prediction of who would be in the top 16. Okay, so let's go through it. Thea, Colleen, Bray, Amy, Ruth, and Kay. Okay, so like I said, since some members left, paves the way to open doors for these other members. Okay, all right. So to recap, these are the top 16 that are written down. Okay, they're predicted. All right. So Shecky, Abby, Alice, Gab, Jem, Grace, Jan, Jamie, Francis, Andy, Thea, Colleen, Bray, Ruth, Kay, and Amy. Okay, so that's my prediction for the top 16. Okay, and then as I mentioned before, I could be wrong. Some of the members here might not show up in the Senbatsu. They might show up, within the range of the top 17 to 48. Some members here. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, just to cover my bases, I've chosen 3 wild cards and 3 dark horse candidates that could possibly make it into the Senbatsu. Okay, wild card is very okay. Say this. Let's say they might get into the Senbatsu maybe within the 80%. Uh, within 80% guesswork, I guess. I'm guessing within 80% that they might have a chance getting into the Senbatsu. Dark horse, maybe I would say maybe 30 or 25% chance of making it in. But then, like I said, votes could be unpredictable. We've seen it happen. And you'll be really surprised if any of these dark horse candidates actually makes it into the Senbatsu. Okay. All right. So let's start with a wild card. Okay. Okay. And so I chose one from each team. Okay. Oh, speaking of which, regarding the teams. Okay. Since they mentioned that they were doing like 36 members as the main team, I'm not sure if there's any announcement made because they seem to be, they might have, HHE might have backpedaled a bit since, I guess, loss of members during this whole drama or fiasco of the general election. Maybe they backtracked and decided that whoever is under the top 36, which is like 12 members will become the King Kyusei. I I haven't really seen anything if that was official, but hopefully it is, because I'd really hate to see another 12 members be forced to graduate because of this. Okay, another death to thank you. Okay, I hope not. Could be wishful thinking, but we'll just have to see. Okay, all right. Oh, so okay, so going back to regarding teams, kind of got like went far off there. Okay, regarding teams. So since there are going to be 36 members, if we divide that within 3 teams, there's going to be 12 members for each team. Okay, so I have a feeling there might be changes. Okay, all right, there might be changes because I'm basing this off on like regarding the other 48 groups. Like when NGT 48 started, they only had like maybe a few members, not even 48 members, I guess, maybe under that. They only had like two teams, Team N3 and Team G. Okay, so they didn't have a Team T. Okay, so but then when the scandal happened with the Mahohon assault, they decided to eliminate the teams and just become uh, one team within the group. Yeah, it's almost like a punishment for what happened within that group. Okay, all right. And then I heard this news regarding JKT48, in which they've eliminated all the three teams and they just become one group because I think they went under new management, and so everyone is just one big happy family without the teams. Okay, so I'm not saying it might happen with MNL48 that they'll eliminate the teams, but a more likely scenario is they might they might shop it make it just two teams. Okay, Team M2 and Team M4 only. Okay, that's what I'm guessing. So they'd have like 18 members per each team. Okay, which seems more feasible, meets more feasible than just 12 members for three teams. Okay, so 18 teams between two between two teams, which I mean, it's a likely prospect. And then at least in this way, we'll be able to get to see a team shuffle within the members, you know. So and maybe get to see new captains try to head these teams. Okay, yeah, I mean maybe something new just to shake it up a little bit, make changes, you know. Well, that's what I'm thinking anyway. I mean, uh, just take it with a grain of salt, you know. I mean, it's not like I run the whole thing. Right. Okay, now let's go back to the wild card. So, chose one member from each team, from Team M2 and from Team L. Okay, from the wild card. Okay, from Team M2 first. My wild card candidate is Isabel. Okay, yeah, Isabel is really gaining traction and popularity as well. So, I'm thinking she might really have a big chance of being the Senbatsu. Okay, from Team N4, Alyssa. Okay, she could be. I mean, she's another repeater since she did make it during the first general election, and now she makes a comeback here, which is she really has a high chance of making it in. And I mean, who knows? At least what I think it is, if let's say Team N4, let's say it remains intact, since they haven't had a captain since Eka left, I would vote for Alyssa as captain because I think she could handle these girls of Team N4. Yeah, and I mean, she's a pretty good, like I said, shoe in to get in the Senbatsu. Okay. Okay, from Team L. Okay, my wild card to get in is Stella's twin, Mari. Okay, so yeah, so we don't have Stella anymore. So we need to have someone there to replace Stella. Who else but Mari? Okay, yeah. So I mean, it will work. You know, I mean, Mari is pretty, popular. She did get into the other senbatsus of the singles PKM and 365. Okay, so why not? You know, why won't fans finally, get over their missing Sella by putting her twin sister in? Okay, why not? All right, so there you go. So those are my wild cards. To repeat, Isabel, Alyssa, and Mari. Okay, so now let's go on to the dark horse candidates. Okay, so like I said, maybe between 30-25% these girls have a chance of making the Senbatsu, but wouldn't that be a surprise if maybe one of these girls makes it into the third generation Senbatsu? Okay. All right. So my dark horse candidate from Team M2 would be Dana. Okay, Dana. I mean, why not? She's a very smart girl. She has this beauty, this look, like the doll, the doll-like look, and why not, have her be part of this single or the Senbatsu. I mean, she has been part of one, the 365, and that seems really short-lived. And let's see if she'll get in. Okay. All right. So from Team N4, my dark horse candidate would be Lara. Okay. Yeah. So if this happens, she makes a comeback as well. She was part of the first general election. Makes a comeback here in the third general election, Senbatsu. And I mean, why not? She's very talented, especially the beatbox queen, you know, and we need talented persons like that within a Senbatsu. Okay, let's see. And I think the last part that she's part of a single was in Gingham Check. And oh, what a disaster that was. Okay, all right. So dark horse candidate, my final dark horse candidate from Team L would be Kyla. hmm Yeah, she would be a repeater too since she made the second general election. Okay, so yeah, I know from the preliminary results, Kayla is like way down there in the voting, but like I said, votes can be unpredictable. You've seen it happen that some candidates we weren't expecting, uh, especially during the second general election, made it within the top 16. And yeah, I mean, who knows, maybe Kayla could do it again. Okay, big surprise. Okay, so like I said, I'm not sure how, the manipulation of votes to get fans to buy more merchandise to get those voting tickets. And I guess that's one of the reason that, at least in my mind, at least in my opinion, that kind of like made Salah graduate or resign. Yeah, because it's almost like I guess they've seen it, or at least thought about it, maybe that HHE has a way of manipulating fans, by doing this, like showing the results. And oh my god, my Oshi's about to, my Kami Oshi or my Oshi's about to get eliminated or not to be part of the Senbatsu. We really want, to work overtime, especially your fans, to try to get her in. I mean, I remember when during second general election, when Quincy, I was not ranked in the top 48. I felt the panic as well. But then there's nothing I can do about it because back then I couldn't buy any merchandise. Yeah, because it was the HHE website was not really friendly to foreign fans. Okay, like I couldn't get in. Okay, and I'm glad that Quincy made it. I think she was ranked top 42, and she was one of those members who had really had a big drop from being part of Senbatsu to next girls level. Okay, I believe besides Ella, who had a really big drop from being in the Kami 7 and then completely out. I think Quincy was the second one with a really big drop from top 14 to 42. Okay. Okay, yeah. So let's recap once more, just in case people are just tuning in. Okay, so my top 16 predictions are Sheki, Abby, Alice, Gab, Jem, Grace, Jan, Jamie, Francis, Andy, Thea, Colleen, Bray, Ruth, Kay, and Amy. And this is no particular order, there's no ranking here. That's who I think the girls would be. Okay, wildcard candidates who has a big chance of making the Senbatsu. Let's say 80 to 70%, 80 to 75%. Okay. Isabel, Alyssa, and Mari. Okay. My dark horse candidates, like, these are like 20-25%, giving them a chance of getting into Senbatsu. Okay, so it's Dana, Lara, and Kyla. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so there you go. That's my prediction for top 16. And I guess we just have to wait for for this Saturday to see which of these girls that I predicted did not make uh, my top 16 for the general election, and then we'll see in the next following Saturday after that the actual top 16 members. Okay, so yeah, so you know, I don't really mind if I'm wrong with my predictions. Like I said, this is all just guesswork and research, you know, and if and just to let you know, like 10 years ago, I guess I was a very good researcher when I used to work at this what do I say, not an insurance. I didn't work for an insurance company. It's more like I was trying to gather records for insurance companies, and when you do research, looking for doctors and facilities to get the right information, so you could actually go directly to the place where the records are. Yeah, it's pretty good at doing that. So in a way, uh, but then again, it's like that's like 10, 15 years ago, and I guess all of us now during uh, these intervening years up to now, uh, as long as you have a computer and do research, uh, you can do like hunting information and do research yourselves. Okay, it's not like I'm an expert at it. Yeah, but it's very good at it. Okay, so there you go. So if you have any comments for me regarding my predictions, tell me I'm wrong. I don't really mind. Okay, and maybe you can tell me your uh, top 16 predictions yourself. Yeah, I mean you don't have to give a long-winded explanation that I did. Just show me who you think it would be. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't really have to be all that guesswork or research in a way that I did. Okay. All right. So let me just do the like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Lock Robster. And have any comments, as I mentioned, do leave them in the uh, comment section. Yeah, and have any things you want me to vlog about 48G related, MNL48 related, also put them in the comments. Okay. So with that, my usual exit. God bless. Show less. Bye.